Hi all. So I am still bound and determined to do an extended reading over on YouTube. So this reading will cut out at 3 minutes and then we are off to YouTube. So as you can see, I am shuffling. Yes, I do shuffle and I think I am pretty darn good at it. So this reading is a reading for people who are in separation. They want to know where things are headed. Twin flame, soulmate, separation, period. So that person on your mind. Now, if you got like a Billy Bob and you don't want him to come back, then this reading's not for you and you got to move it along. Okay, so what we do is left hand, 3 cuts to your left. Left hand closest to heart, purest of intention. And we deal off the top of the deck. Can't deal off the bottom. They wouldn't allow that in Vegas. So first card out is the 10 of Cups. Now I'm going to hook up my microphone. I'm more professional and it gets rid of like background noise. So when the 10 of Cups comes out, it tells me that at one point you could have had a family relationship with this person. So that means you could have been friends with their family. They could have been friends with yours. You may have had children with them. But at the point that you are now, you're still broken up. But the 10 is a completion of something. So remember, when we hit the number 10, we add it. 1 plus 0 is 1. And we're able to go further. So it's kind of like a restart, like a reboot. Ooh. Now, the 10 of Wheel of Fortune. Well, 10. The Wheel of Fortune is a serendipity card. This is when Jesus, God, Buddha, whoever you believe in, says, you know what? Give me the wheel because I'm going to take over from here. So I love 2 10s because they show that you're kind of at the completion of wherever you're at the completion of. And that's probably heartache and separation if you're watching this video. The 10 tells us that anything is possible. It is my serendipity card. It is, if you are leaving the house, you better look fluffy because you don't know who you're going to run into. It is being put in the right place at the right time. It's what you need if you're looking to come back into union with this person. Whoops, fix that one. Okay, we are coming on 3 minutes. So everybody on TikTok, I hope you join me on YouTube. Alrighty, we are back. Let me scooch this over. Now I could relax. Now we can take my time. I love YouTube. They're like, you could talk forever, Denise. We don't care. Although some readers put up readings for like 2 hours long and I'm like, no, I can't do it. So I feel like the situation with this person, at times, you have felt your back up against the wall. Maybe you felt like you couldn't please them. You felt like you were walking on eggshells with them. You've just felt that a lot of things didn't play out and work out the way you wanted them to. The 9 of Wands talks about handling battles one after another, which is, I'm sure, why this person left or why you left this person. Rarely people leave happy relationships. They usually leave relationships that are not working out. A lot of 10s. A lot of 10s. So this ending came fast and furious. The 10 of Swords tells us the worst is over. And we like 10 swords in the back because it can't get any worse. So it can only get better. And if you look, it may sound gross and stuff, but the blood is drying up and the clouds are lifting and the snow is going away. So the worst is over. So we can all take a collective sigh of relief. The worst is over as far as the relationship ending, as far as the hurt and the pain. And I kind of feel that it wasn't just that person who hurt you. There could have been friends. There could have been family. there could have been other people who were involved who also hurt you. Maybe they got involved and they shouldn't, but I feel like there was a lot of different things. It came like from all different angles. And I also feel like maybe you didn't have a lot of support because, you know, I think unless you've been through a major heartbreak, you know, everybody brings their own yardstick when they come to measure. They're just like, oh, just get over it, you know, just, you know, cry your eyes out once and call it a day. Well, it doesn't usually work like that. You know, it's a process and everybody's process is different. So I think for some who are watching this video, maybe you didn't have the luxury of someone to kind of talk you through it like a good friend would, because a friend knows eventually you're going to stop talking about it and you're going to get over it. But I feel for some watching this video, you did not have that luxury, and I'm sorry. You could have called me, I would have listened to you. Choice tells me a couple things. The Two of Swords tells me that you have a choice coming. And if you have a choice coming, you have options. But you're trying so hard not to get hurt that you're going to think continuously with your head. You're not letting your heart in. If you look, she's got her arms crossed. She's like, ain't happening. Not going to do that again. I will no longer be the victim in the Ten of Swords. And that's all well and good. We like that. You learned. But you don't want to miss out on love either. Because at some point, if you want love, you have to be vulnerable. I know it sucks, but you do. So, when is our next crescent moon? Because that's going to be a telltaling sign. Did I say that right? Some days I feel it's my first day with my new tongue. And I'm still recovering from this head cold, so I'm talking kind of funky. But anyway, so the thing with this card is the tide is out, okay? I don't know if you can see it, but the tide behind this girl is out. So, or guy, don't get caught up in the gender. So she's sitting there and she's saying to herself, well, I got time. I won't make a decision. I'll just sit here and think about it. No, not really, because the tide's going to come in, knock you on your keister. And it's going to knock one of those swords out of your hand or both, and it's going to take your decision away. So, yeah, time's kind of the essence. You're going to have to make a move. You're going to have to make a decision. Because, you know, the universe is right above you. The Wheel of Fortune. They're right above you. And they said, we put you here. Now you're going to do this. We give you what you want. And now you're going to sit here all high and mighty and say, well, I'm not sure I'm taking anybody back. Next holiday. When is the next holiday? It's not your birthday. That's not a national holiday. Don't get too into yourself. Memorial Day? I think so. Yeah, because it's my next day off from work. Memorial Day is when you will hear. Between now and Memorial Day. For everybody? No. I can't read for the whole world. But for the majority of you, if you watch me a lot, I pick up on your energy. Three of Cups is reconciliation. I don't know why I feel October, something in October with you and this person, but that's my October card. Okay? And I feel like not only is it serendipity, but I feel like it could be friends too. Could it be the same friends who stabbed you in the back, try to help out the situation now? It could be. You never know. Everybody changes their colors. People realize they make mistakes. That's why we have forgiveness in this world. We should forgive at some point. Let's scooch these up, shall we? Because we're going to put more cards out. Okay. Clear communication. So maybe this person walked away and you guys never had clear communication. Maybe you never had closure. Isn't closure like more than it's cracked up to be? Do you really need closure? I don't know. I guess it would depend. But I like the sword in the upright because it has the garland around it, and garland is victory. So I think for who's ever watching this, you need closure or a good conversation. You need both. And you're about to get it. But right now, it looks like a lot of stuff is in your hands, which is nice because I don't think you had the choice before. I think the choice was taken away from you. And nobody ever wants that, because then we all sit around and we do the what ifs. What if this? What if that? And sometimes relationships end when they're very new. So we don't even know who we're grieving for because we don't really know the person that intimately, especially if it was a new relationship. And what we end up doing is making them 10 feet tall. Nobody wants to break up with fantasy man, do they? No, they don't. But whoever this person is, you had seen something in them that made you fall in love. So that's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to tell you to get over it. All right. So, the Hierophant, Taurus, commitment, culture, tradition. These are just the highlights. What does it tell me? It tells me this person will return and realize they want a commitment with you. Is it too late though? Did they burn their bridge? Was their sword the last sword that broke the camel's back? Could be, because you're sitting there as the Two of Swords. You're trying to block out all the happiness. Your girlfriends, your friends are like, oh my God, they are back in your life. This is what you've been waiting for. And you're like, whoa, Nelly. Hold on there. I don't know if it's what I want anymore. It's been a while. But you were just saying the other day you loved them. Yeah, but I don't know. Because you're Two of Swords then. You're doing the Two of Swords thing. Well, they're coming back. They're offering you a commitment. I don't know if they realize they made a mistake or what they realized. We're not in their head. Yet, anyway. I'll get in their head. Death. Doesn't mean they're going to die. Does not mean they're going to die. It means there's a transformation with them. They had a transformation. And here they come walking down the path of life. They got that big flag with the white rose, which is a symbol of love. Fresh start. Can we please? They had an epiphany by Memorial Day. They see you. They could see you on social media. They could run into you in the grocery store. I don't know the logistics of where everybody lives, but they could see you anywhere. You can run into someone online. You could join a Facebook group or whatever, and lo and behold, look who's here. The universe knows what they're doing. That's why they said to you, give me the wheel. That's why they said, I'm taking over. You know how you always hear, give it to God? If you believe in God, Jesus, Buddha, I believe in God. He believes in me too. Just give it to God. He will put the right people in your life. And I think this one's coming back. I think you had a 10 of Cups and you have the ability to have the 10 of Cups too. Doesn't mean you had children with them. I got my 60 and 65-year-old women going, no babies here. When I said children, I mean, they could have met your children from a previous relationship and you were friends with them. They could be bringing their child into a relationship. So there's so many different facets of a tarot card reading. And you can't possibly do them all in 3 minutes. That's why I'm here. I wanted to show off I had some talents. I wanted everyone to see, yes, I can shuffle. Yes, I can read one at a time right off the deck. And there he comes. Or her. Could be a her too. They could be a little younger than you if they're not younger in age, chronologically. They are younger in behavior. Okay? But they're trying. They're trying. So maybe they were a page and now they're a knight. Not a bad gig, but we're hoping they turn into a king at some point. And like I said, Don't get caught up in the gender. The nice thing about the Knight of Wands, and a lot of other readers depict that card as a player. I never have. In all my years, I've just never have. It always comes to me as somebody who is just so passionate about somebody, and they've held that horse back as long as they can, and then something triggers them and they just let it go. So I will say the relationship you had with this person was that of passion. Other things, of course, but it was a passionate relationship. And there you are again. Swords are all about our thought process. And again, this woman here, she's like, nah, I can't move. You have anxiety. This person gave you anxiety. You hear their name, you see them on social media, and you get those butterflies in your stomach. Or is it anxiety? Because you know the two feel the same. They do. Butterflies and anxiety both feel the same. So how do you distinguish between the two? You can't. Well, you can, but after a while, you shouldn't be getting the anxiety. You shouldn't worry if you're ever going to hear from this person again. You shouldn't get nervous if you shoot out a text and be afraid they're not going to text back. No one should ever have that fear. It's not kind to do that to another human. And I know it's done constantly. And it's like my biggest pet peeve. You know what? Just be an adult and just say something to someone. Don't just play ostrich and stick your head in the ground. So I think the problem isn't them. Problem's you. Are you going to let the past dictate the future? But you just kept saying you wanted him back. You wanted him back, or you wanted her back. Well, they're coming. What are you going to do? Are you going to 8 of Swords yourself? No. I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. You've gone through all the queens. You started with the Queen of Cups, bearing her heart out. You went to the Queen of Wands, who was the passionate, playful queen. You went to the Queen of Pentacles, who was the earthy queen. She just decided to work on her money, work on her home, work on herself, her children. And then you went to the Queen of Swords, and you said, I'm just going to think with my heart. I am not going to put my head, I am not going to put my heart into anything because I'm going to be safe that way. And then you turned into the Empress, which embodies all of them. And the Empress said, you know what? Why don't you be a little bit of every queen? And that's what you're going to do. So when this person comes back, and even if you're a male, you are going to be a little bit of every queen. You are the Empress. You are now the Empress. So this person leaving you, he hurt you, or she hurt you, but you grew so much. Look where you came from, and look how strong you are. And I'm so proud of you. And last card, 6 of Cups, reunion. Doesn't get any better than that. So like I said, if you don't want your guy back or girl back, Billy Bob, Billy Sue, you got to move it along. This reading's not for you. But if you still love someone and desire to have them back in your life, then I think this reading is for you. All right, everyone, leave your comments below. I hope you enjoyed my longer reading. Everybody, have a great day. And remember, make good choices.